Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. Tony Nwokolo, how are you doing? Irene, I see you. Let's go straight to today's topic. I'm not going to waste much of your time. But before I go any further, I'd like to address this. Please, Free Nation members, work with us. We appreciate your charitable giving to our charitable causes. We're trying very hard to be transparent. That is why I do not collect money on anybody's behalf. What we do is we raise pledges. For instance, if somebody needs 100,000, we will raise pledges, not actual money, but pledges of 100,000 naira. Somebody comes with 80,000, somebody comes with 2,000, somebody comes with 5,000, somebody comes with 7,000. Once we have that exact amount, we will give out the account number of the person in need, so that person gets exactly the amount of money they need, plus or minus 5 or 10,000 naira. Somebody would overgive, somebody would undergive. But we are not going to raise 1,000,000 naira for somebody who needs 90K. And then tomorrow we have a life and death situation of 300K and we cannot raise the money. I don't know if I'm making absolute sense. I hereby close Mama Chidima's charity. In total, the problem she came to us with was 129,000. Irene, please post how much we've received on her behalf so far. I hope I'm not touching the mic and muting the audio. So Irene, I want you to just please list to me exactly how much we have. So please, I need you to listen to me and not go against what I'm saying, because you're making it difficult for us to be accountable. A lot of people also want to call and talk to the people. We're transparent. If you want to talk to them, fine. But please do not give them more money than you have pledged to give them. So far, we have raised close to 400,000 naira for Mama Chidima. So the Mama Chidima charity is hereby closed completely. If you have 125,000 naira problem and we have raised nearly 400,000 naira for you, I think we have done enough. We have Joy, the lady who's about to give birth. She doesn't have a house. Husband doesn't have a job. She doesn't have a job. We also have a Motayo. She has a young daughter, no home, no work. She needs 150K to start her fruit selling business or whatever business it is, and a house for her 6-month-old daughter, who's currently living in a select church. These are also priorities. Okay? And I'll also use this. I can never be harsh with our givers, because I bless our givers and I bless the fact that they love to give. But I'm going to be harsh with everybody who comes to us for charity. Stop being greedy. If you need 150,000 naira and you have raised 250,000 naira, you have by far outdone what you came to us for. You should be generous enough to be able to call us and say, I needed 150,000. I have 250,000. I have more than enough. We have to be able to build that attitude. That is why, because of you people, I have closed all our charities indefinitely. It is unfair. You need 130, 140, 150,000. You have 400K. You should be decent enough to tell us that, look, because if you could solve your problem by yourself, you will not come to us. We have that young guy who has admission problem, 30-something K. We've not raised it for him, but we are now tripling one person. So please, until we finish with, and please, nobody should call me that they want to get married, they need money. We all have problems of our own. If you want to get married and you don't have a job, you have no business getting married. So you want to get married and start producing and then become another problem to us? No. Hold on. Get a job. Make sure your wife has at least what you can use to feed yourselves, your children, and provide the basic necessities of life: clothing, food, and shelter. Please. Then also be kind and considerate. Henceforth, we will not attend to school fees that are not federal universities. A federal university will cost about 30K. Then a state university will cost about 180K, and you don't have work. It's not like you are in trouble now. We're bailing you out. We're going to bail you out twice a year, every year for 4 years. Come on, we're going to raise 150K for you twice a year, every year for 4 years. That's a lot. That is a lot. So we want to help, but we want the people who we are helping to be considerate. If you are not considerate, we will not help you again. We set up the Free Nation Charities to help, let me be honest, where the Pentecostal church and many other churches have failed, we are trying to clean it up as Christians. But it's unfair when you come and give us burdens that are general. It's like me now saying, I want to buy a Ferrari. Then the Free Nation donates money for Ferrari for me. Then the next thing now, one tire is $700. I'm bringing a burden that is heavy and unnecessary. Am I making myself clear? So, Mama Chidima's charity closed. I want this message passed around. And please, do not call anybody and ask those people for their account numbers. We are a transparent church. We all saw what happened with baby Benaiah. Despite all our transparency, you see the thing, the only joy I have is there is no transaction between Monday or his brother or his family and I. Not one kobo, not naira, kobo from them entered my account. So I can rest. But just imagine, there was one guy I remember called me up. I said he wanted to pay some money, but he doesn't have the account. He used my account. I said, no, please, don't use my account. I went to look for the account and gave him. Because tomorrow they'll wake up and say it is a scam, and the next thing they'll believe is that Daddy Freeze led them into a scam. I'm extremely cautious. Help me. Do not pay money into anybody that pays any money into any unauthorized account that was not given to you by only 2 people. If they are not giving you the account, wait, DM me. I will refer you to them, Jigga and Irene. And they are not to give you their personal accounts. They give you the account of whoever we're contributing to. For the sake of transparency, I beg you in the name of our Lord, Yehoshua, I'm begging you in his name, help me to help you and to help those who are poor. We need a proper structure in place. Don't just listen, money is the devil. We've had issues with people who are lovely, wonderful people, but the moment money entered their hand, things started changing. The Free Nation is not Bet Naija where you go and then you come back with $500,000 like you've won bet money. No, that notion has to change. We need a Free Nation account, but I need to nip I'm studying different charities. I'm studying different procedures so that I can give you the best accountability no church in the world has ever given you. That is what I'm striving for. So work with me. So far, I can stand and beat my chest and tell you that we are accountable almost to a fault. We will have a Free Nation account. Trust me, we will print what we use the money for once every 2 weeks, twice every month. So you can be at rest that your money is not being embezzled. But I need you to work with me. We have touched so many lives, but I'm still angry that we could have touched so many more if we had listened and obeyed simple instructions. You want to give money? Get on the phone, talk to DM Jigger. He takes pledges. He doesn't gather money, just pledges. When the pledges are complete, he informs us that I have a complete set of pledges for this particular charity. Then we give him the account number of the person involved. Then the payments are made directly to the person involved. Somebody's telling us about a pastor who aborted her friend's baby because a Muslim brother got her pregnant. We're going to talk about that. Just send me a DM or send Irene a DM to get back to me. Olabad, I see you and I greet you. Son of Iyuku, how are you doing? So today's message is actually very short, and it has to do with Pastor Sam Adeyemi, and this is my message to him. The video just popped up right here. You can see his face. I want to encourage him. Leadership is something we're lacking in Nigeria, and he has taken. I can see that he has the mantle of Christian leadership. I use those words very carefully because I find it hard to endorse any pastor, because a lot of Nigerian pastors, no matter how good they are now, have what I refer to and what many of us refer to as the Pentecostal seed. That prosperity seed. It's in many of our pastors, and they find it hard to detach themselves from it. But nonetheless, when they make a lot of sense, it is my duty to applaud them. And there's a video. It's currently on my Instagram account at DaddyFRZ. You could go check it out. For copyright reasons, I wouldn't put it on my Instagram and on my YouTube or here. It is because I'm just going to play a quick. He's talking about the elections.
What I believe is the basic problem of the country.
And he says, I've defined what is the problem of the country. The very selfish character that is in line with mediocrity. And I think I need to address this, even though I'm going to do this very passing. You see, the seed of the prosperity doctrine, the seed of many Pentecostal teachings encourages not just greed, but selfishness. The Pentecostal doctrine is, in my own opinion, very selfish. And I'm going to read something to you real quick. If you go to the book of 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 10. It speaks of from 8. Then the Lord said to Elijah, go and live in the village of Zarephath, near the city of Sidon. I have instructed a widow there to feed you. So when he went to Zarephath, as he arrived at the gates of the village, he saw a widow gathering sticks and asked her, would you please bring me a little water in a cup? As she was going to get it, he said, please bring me a bite of bread too. But she said, I swear by the Lord your God that I don't have a single piece of bread in the house, and I have only a handful of flour left in the jar and a little cooking oil at the bottom of the jug. I was just gathering a few sticks to cook this last meal, and then my son and I will die. But Elijah said to her, don't be afraid, go ahead and do just what you've said, but make a little bread for me first. Then use what's left to prepare a meal for yourself and your son. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. There will always be flour and olive oil in your containers until the time when the Lord sends the rain and the crops grow again. Now, the book of Luke also speaks about this particular incident. If you go to Luke chapter 4 and 26, the scriptures say, let's read from 23 because this is Red Bible. Then he said, you undoubtedly quote me in this proverb, physician, heal yourself, meaning do miracles here in your hometown like those you did in Capernaum. But I tell you the truth, no prophet is accepted in his hometown. Certainly there were many needy widows in Israel in Elijah's time, when the heavens were closed for 3.5 years, and a severe famine devastated the land. Yet Elijah was not sent to any of them. He was sent instead to a foreigner, a widow of Zarephath in the land of Sidon. And there were many lepers in Israel in the time of the prophet Elisha, but only one was healed, Naaman, a Syrian. When they heard this, the people in the synagogue were furious. Jumping up, they mobbed him and forced him to the edge of the hill in which the town was built. They intended to push him over, but he passed right through the crowd and went on his way. If you go to 18, it explains this a little further. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim the captives will be released and the blind will see, that the oppressed will be set free, and the time of the Lord's favor has come. Jesus was sent to the poor. Elijah was sent to a widow. He sent me to proclaim the captives would be released. He was not sent to one captive. That the blind will see. He was not sent to one blind. The oppressed will be set free. And the time of the Lord's favor has come, not to one person. So your teachers who use Elisha, your teachers who use Elijah, your teachers who use David and Solomon to establish their doctrines teach you selfishness. Anybody who teaches you that a prophet is coming to you, if you feed that prophet, you will not be part of the famine, is a wicked and heretic teacher that does not carry the grace, the spirit, or the message of Christ. Selfishness is not part of Christianity. Acts chapter 4 verse 32, read it down. There was no needy believer. The message of Christ is for every believer to protect you all from hunger, poverty, lack of direction. As a group, it doesn't promise one person riches. I was watching a video on Twitter with taste buds earlier on of Rwanda. No one was extremely rich. But hello, no one was extremely poor either. The roads were beautiful, buildings were beautiful, their gutters are swept 5 times a day. But you will not see a Bentley, you will not see a Rolls Royce, you will not see a Range Rover. You will see nice, clean, decent cars. That is what Christianity promises. It promises you that you will not be needy if you follow the principles of the teachings of Christ. However, that you will prosper among a nation of everybody else not prospering is not Christianity, and it does not bring progress. So I will not teach you that false heretic doctrine. Christ did not come to make anybody a billionaire. You want to be a billionaire, go and learn how to trade. Go to business school. Go and play golf with billionaires. Be an intern for Dangote or Bill Gates. You will learn how to be a billionaire. Christ has no business teaching you. He just came. I'm going to take the reading again from the book of Luke, chapter 4 and 18. The Spirit of God, of the Lord, is upon me, for he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor, to set captives free. He has not come to make anybody a billionaire. If you're looking for how to be a billionaire via religion, you're in the wrong place, and you will never find it. And on this bombshell, I say thank you very much, and God bless you.